everybody, welcome to our E3 2012 impressions video. Today we're going to talk about last night's Nintendo Direct Pre-E3 conference that took place in LA. My name is Richardson from DamonNation.co.uk, and this is a series that we're going to be doing over the next couple of days where I'm just going to give my impressions about the various conferences that are taking place over in Los Angeles for E3. So last night's conference came as a surprise. It was only announced Saturday night, and Nintendo decided that they wanted to talk more about the Wii U hardware before their official presentation on Tuesday. Admittedly, it was a bit of a strange move. There's some rumours circulating that this could be for one of two reasons. Maybe Sony or Microsoft are preparing to announce something that could potentially blow the Wii U out the water, or it could be because Ubisoft and EA want to show off some Wii U games at their conferences, and maybe Nintendo wanted to refresh our memories regarding the Wii U before that happened. So there were three main things announced last night at the presentation, the first of which is the Miiverse. The Miiverse is a social application for the Wii U that will be integral to the Wii U experience. Players will be able to see what other players are saying or even doodling about the game they are currently playing in a Twitter-style stream of information without ever having to disrupt the game via the Wii U gamepad. So basically it's Nintendo's answer to Twitter or some kind of social friends list built directly into the gamepad. Via the demonstration video, the guy was stuck on a zombie game and he needed some help, so he went into the Miiverse to see what other people were saying about it, maybe to give him some help. So it's sort of like as I say, it's sort of like a social friends list that allows people to discuss the games that they specifically play without disrupting the game. I mean, it's all done without the gamepad. The television can just be the game itself. And it's quite interesting. There's been some controversy already because if you're giving people free rein to actively say whatever they want over a social network, it's going to be full of swear words. I mean, you can draw things as well. It's not just text. You can also doodle messages. It's going to be full of rude pictures and profanities, let's face it. So unless that's properly regulated, that's already the main concern. The second concern is Iwata showed a video of the new Mario game. It was the first footage we'd seen of the new Mario game, and Iwata said that Miiverse, if the developers so wish, can be implemented directly into the game. So when Mario died, we saw a load of angsty messages from other players saying, "Oh, I can't believe I died here." Also, rather irritatingly, there was messages in the levels ahead of you telling you what was within the levels from other players. Instantly, that made me feel quite sceptical because really isn't that ruining the experience if such a traditionally single-player game is suddenly filled with messages from people you don't know telling you what's in the later levels? To me, that sounds like spoilers, constant spoilers. And I know he said, they're going to try and stop spoilers from happening, but if it's there, it's going to happen. People are going to get spoilers past whatever kind of regulation they have there. So unless you can turn that off, unless that's an optional extra within the game, it could be quite frustrating, and I think it would probably ruin the experience if this was always in your face, messages from other people. Because let's face it, a lot of other people are idiots, and I don't really want them ruining my single player experience. So in general, the Miiverse seems quite interesting as a concept. It's nice to see that Nintendo are certainly trying to do something interesting with online friend lists, and it is pure Nintendo. It's a nice Nintendo interpretation of a friends list. It might work, but in my opinion at the moment it seems a bit gimmicky, and I'm not really too sure it's something I'd use. We'll have to see what it's like when it's implemented properly. The second announcement made last night was that the Wii U will be receiving something called a Wii U Pro gamepad, or Wii U Pro controller, which is basically a classic controller with more buttons on it. Yeah, it looks like an Xbox controller, but I'm actually quite excited about this because this means that the Wii U is going to receive a proper controller. If you don't want to use the tablet or the gamepad, as it's now officially being named, it means you can use this gamepad to play your games just like you used to be able to. No more silly Wii remotes, no more tablets. You can play Nintendo games using an actual decent controller. And this is kind of following this whole kind of hardcore thing they were doing for last night. If you watch the trailer where the guy is playing on the game, well, for starter, it's not a family, like the Wii was always advertising for. It is a man playing by himself. He is playing a zombie game, which, let's face it, Nintendo don't often advertise with hardcore titles, such as a zombie title. Yeah, it is just something for presentation purposes. I highly doubt it's actually a game. But it's nice that they're using a hardcore title instead of just a Mario title to show off the tech. Also, it had a couple of, I don't want to say funny jokes, but it had a little bit of humour to it. It was quite light-hearted. It was aimed at the traditional hardcore market, which is interesting because does this mean that the Wii U is going to really make the push towards the hardcore market? I mean, let's face it, the Wii U is going to be the first next generation console released. Therefore, it has quite a big pit of the market. I mean, there's a lot of hardcore gamers out there who are probably looking forward to the next generation of consoles. And with the PS4 and the Xbox 720, or whatever they're going to be called, you know, not even on the horizon. They haven't even been announced yet. Obviously, I'm recording this before Microsoft's and Sony's conference, so if they have been announced, then, wow, that came out of nowhere. So if the Wii U plays its cards right, and if it really does aim at the hardcore market, we might actually see the Wii U be successful, which a lot of analysts are not really predicting it to do. So basically the third and final announcement from last night's presentation was that Nintendo's E3 conference on Tuesday will be focused purely on games, which is a nice announcement because that means we're actually going to see how strong the initial launch lineup is for the Wii U, which could be exciting. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Last night was actually quite interesting. I wasn't expecting a surprise Nintendo presentation to actually focus so much on the hardware, and there was some nice announcements. Miiverse may not be to my taste, but maybe a lot of you are excited for it. Personally, I think the Wii Pro controller could actually mean a lot more than it may initially seem in terms of hardcore games. But you know, whatever you feel, leave a comment below. And obviously, if you want more E3 coverage as it happens, you can head over to gamination.co.uk/E3, and we're going to keep you covered over the next few days. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you probably tomorrow.